Negative sides of Nofap, negative sides of semen retention. And so you might be thinking that are such thing as negative sides or like negative sides effects of this thing? Am I not untouchable, invincible, just because I'm a Nofap? No, brother, you aren't. You are not. And let me tell you the pitfalls. Let me talk to you about the pitfalls. So, I began my journey pretty much with starting to experiment with Nofap, with self-improvement, and so on and so forth. So I pretty much got into this whole thing, and I started with semen retention, and then this whole thing pretty much like switched to complete monk mode. And so nowadays I'm pretty much living life like a monk. I'm waking up, I'm working out, I'm working pretty much all day long. By the end of the day I'm eating. Mostly I'm eating 1 meal a day, and I pretty much have zero freaking pleasures, if you will, so, or zero distractions. And so I've been pushing this fucking journey for more than a year, like consistently. And so what I realized is that there are a few days, or there are periods when I have many days, when I'm just simply waking up with the need of something fucking social, of something that is different, of something that would be charging up my soul. And so since I got this mentality that I'm a hard and strong motherfucker, I have to stick with this shit, I have to stick with Nofap, I have to stick with semen retention, no matter what will happen, I will not be switching the directions because, you know, I'm a man and I got to do this shit. So now that I got this identity, and now that I pretty much like some days I would say punished myself into this identity, or pushed myself into this identity with every day exercising every day. You've got a problem, exercise. You've got a problem, you're weak. You've got a problem, so on and so forth. And so whilst this is a very good tool, and mostly and so in many cases and many reasons that is the solution. You're just simply a weak motherfucker out there. You're just simply supposed to become stronger. But now that I've gone through all the shit, and I would say that I've gone through shit like in the fucking army, like maybe in the SEALs, and I don't know, I don't want to overstate it, but I got times when I've done days when I didn't eat anything. I've been running in the beginning of the day. By the end of the day, I've been running hardcore. I've been doing hardcore weightlifting, and during the day I was solving pretty much like heavy shitty problems. I mean, like bankruptcy situation and shit like that. So there were days like that. I mean, at least mentally that is at least fucking challenging. I would say that in the army. I'm not considering myself like that, but the point I would like to bring up over here is that if there is mental toughness, then I've been experimenting that shit with this journey. And, you know, like going out there with, you know, like you being cold, fucking lost, not enough calories, snow is out there, going out for a run. Oh, it's like shitty situation, like very, very tough fucking situations. So what I would like to come up over here is not that, you know, like, not to brag or any bullshit like that, but to tell you that I got this experience that, hey man, toughness. And so there are many situations when toughness can be the solution, when toughness, being a man, can be the solution. But there are some days when you just simply cannot solve shit that way. And so there begins the pitfalls of this Nofap and this whole self-improvement and this whole semen retention. So for example, now I'm living like a monk, and I'm waking up many days with these desires that, man, like, I'm wasting my life. You know, like I'm not learning. Like I'm supposed to be learning. I'm supposed to be being more social. Like, you know, like in my age, I should supposed to be in a different way. You know, like I'm not growing at a phase that I'm supposed to be. Or at least I do feel that I got the capacities for. So for example, I thought that by this time I will have my agency up with a few clients, like more than 10 clients, and I'm not there yet. They're fucking not there yet, and that wasn't an unrealistic expectation. Although on the other hand, I also thought that I just simply have something more inside of me. And so what I wanted to talk to you about is that there are some downsides too. So for example, if you're doing this whole social isolation, which I'm recommending you for a while, but after a while that will be your greatest friend will become your greatest enemy, because the identities that you've been building, that hey, I'm a man, hey, I'm sticking with shit, will become your ruiners, because after a while you will have to switch directions, because this is how life fucking goes. It is not a constant, this is always changing thing. So what I've got to realize over here is that those skills and those identities of mine are just pretty much almost gone, thanks to this push, be hard. That's nice and all of that shit, but you have these pitfalls that they're coming with that, and you cannot just think that, hey man, like, you will not have any downsides with this shit, because you will have. And so these are some things that people do not really talk about. These are some pitfalls and downfalls that people do not really think about, that you're just simply building up this mental fortitude that I've been talking about, and that is nice that you can have, and you can solve all of your problems by yourself, and you can face every single shit by yourself alone. And I'm not talking about that is bad, that is not good. That is one of the best things on planet Earth, but it comes with a huge fucking price. It comes with a huge fucking price of isolation, because think about it, if you can solve your situations, everything for yourself, then you will not need to share it with anyone, and you will become like a freaking box. You become like a robot, and so that is not good for your soul. That is not good for your soul. And so this is one part of my journey that I wanted to share with you, is that is a great thing, mental fortitude, and there are times when you need that shit, but there are times when you just simply have to realize that that is perhaps not where the solution lies at. And maybe I've been wasting all of my time, all this huge amount of time, by pursuing something that is fucking not true, because maybe I've been afraid to open up, and maybe that was my thing, that was my coping mechanism, if you will. So brothers, don't be misled by all these things that just because you're on Nofap or just because you're on a journey, you're untouchable. That is not true. You will have the pitfalls, you will have the downsides, and you will still have the shit inside of yourself that you will still have to solve. And whilst these are great tools, and perhaps the best, like exercising and Nofap's like the best shit, bro, like, I'm not kidding. But don't think that you're untouchable. Don't think that you're untouchable. You have to work on yourself. You have to do this shit every single day, man. Love.